it's okay to kill a dream and replace it with something different. I wanted to build a $100 million coaching company, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that that's not the path that I'm on right now. Doesn't mean that won't change in the future. I never say never. But that was the path that I was on. It's no longer the path that I'm on. I'm far more interested in being the best consultancy in the world, where we really can focus on our zone of genius of creating businesses that are sellable and scalable and self-led, and working with that 1% of the 1% to do that, than I am bringing a mass market approach to a lot of people that aren't necessarily going to get it. They're not necessarily going to do the work. And we learned the hard way in the last couple years that no matter how much you can have a care more model, which is the model we operate under, and no matter how much you can want for someone to succeed, and no matter how many times you remind them or hold them accountable or lay out once again what they need to do to get the result, you can't force someone to do it. And that has been the experience that we've had over and over again. And so, number one, I want to relieve the pressure for you, because maybe no one's going to tell you this, but it's okay to kill a dream and to replace it with a different one. Because once things change, or once you have new levels of awareness, that may change your perspective on things. And I think owning that and being able to articulate that is really important, and not feeling bad about that. Number two is having a far longer range strategy is really, really important. So for me, looking at my goals over a 10 to 15 year period. And when I look at my goals over a 10 to 15 year period across the 5 companies, we don't have to grow any more or any faster than the growth rates I've already been able to establish in the companies in order to achieve that. But if I was looking at that over a 1 to 3 year period, I would say, oh my gosh, there's no way. The math doesn't add up. How will this ever be possible? But I'm not. I'm looking at it over a 10 to 15 year period, and I'm looking at what I've already shown that I can do. And I'm looking at how I'm allowing each of these companies to focus on their one thing, keeping an unbelievably simple, focused business model. And I absolutely know that that's possible. Then number 3 is, when you think about the business model that you want to pursue in the rest of 2023 and going into 2024, I think it's really important to get decisive and discerning about the number of people that you want to have working in a close proximity to yourself and to your team, and really narrowing in and up-leveling who is going to be in that inner circle. Because your clientele that you work with in a close proximity are essentially in your inner circle. It's who you and your team are going to be interacting with the most frequently, right? So it goes without saying that if those people don't have the right mindset, attitude, energy, commitment level, tenacity, all of those things, that's not going to be good for you or for the team. That's a slow down to speed up strategy, which means that you may have to have a much slower growth path in order to elevate who you're working with and to be more discerning about who is allowed to be in that close proximity to you and the team. Which means that, as we've been talking about for many, many months now, that relationship between your flagship program and the things that you're doing to build your internal buyers list, you want to really have that complementary relationship where you have the flagship that's your high-end, very lucrative offer, that is working in close proximity with your people. And then you want to have things within your internal buyers list where it's a lighter lift, it's an easy delivery model, it's not heavy for you and the team. You have the ability to scale it, and it's a much lower bar for your clients to get over in terms of being successful within it.